strength, honor, discipline. You're listening to the 911 Buddy Check Project podcast. Here's your host, Daniel Mills. Time to wage war.
Hey, good evening, guys. This is Daniel from the 911 Buddy Check Project. I hope that y'all are having a fantastic week so far. If you're at work, make sure you hydrate and move your bodies. So it's time for the Wellness Wednesday. This is the first Wellness Wednesday video of the new year to drop. Finally, right? It's been crazy with school and mastermind courses and clients. Just been a wild few weeks, crazy busy, but we're going to prioritize and start getting our content back online, right? So today I want to talk about assessments, and in our mastermind private Facebook group this week, we've just been talking about, doing personal assessments. And we do this when we go to work and we assess patients, we assess situations. If you're, on the police side, we're constantly assessing people, all right? We need to every day make sure that, we're checking in and assessing ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. When you get up in the mornings, you need to do just a quick check-in. It don't have to be anything, fancy, but check in mentally and emotionally just to see where you're at. All right. Are you feeling down? Are you feeling a little depression creeping in? Maybe some of the calls from the last week, are kind of lingering around, hanging out, kind of talking to. Maybe some of that delayed stress response is creeping in 24 to 48 hours after, a bad call. But check in and see where you're at. See where you need to kind of tweak something. See where you need to improve mentally and emotionally. All right. And like I said, it doesn't take, anything crazy, but just a few minutes, see where you're at, see where you can improve, and see if you need to make interventions on something. All right. We would do this. This would be no different if we were doing this with a patient. All right. So if we're going to put all this energy into, saving patients and just going all out for somebody we don't know, we have to turn that same energy inward and assess ourselves. Be a little selfish, as some people call it, but see where you're at, just mentally and emotionally. All right, it's not hard. Just take an honest assessment. See where your head's at. See the mindset. See what can be changed, what can be improved. All right, see how you can raise your standards and identify some self-limiting beliefs. Pick a different strategy. Don't do the same thing over and over again. All right. If you're not okay mentally and emotionally, do something to change your state. It's that simple. All right. And you do the same thing physically. All right. See where you're at physically, and not just weight wise. Don't, hop on a scale and say, yep, I'm a fat swamp donkey, and that's going to put you in a bad headspace mentally and emotionally. Unless you enjoy being a fat swamp donkey, then you're good. Right. But see where you're at. See, where you can make improvements, what some of your physical goals are, really just checking in. If you're not where you want to be, what do you need to do to get to said point? All right. Same thing spiritually. Every day you need to have, 15 to 20 minutes of spirit time, prayer, meditation, be just like Christ said, just being still. Like every day this year, I've been reading a men's devotional, and I've done pretty good with it. I hadn't missed a day yet, knock on wood. And it's just a great way to start the day. Like I get up in the mornings, I do the same routine, go wash my face, brush my teeth, down some, water with some pink Himalayan sea salt, a little bit of lemon, some other stuff in it. I go do a stretching routine, do a little bit of breath work, roll with my foam roller, and then, make some coffee, and I go sit in the chair, just do a little bit of prayer, a little bit of meditation, checking in with myself mentally and emotionally to see where I'm at up here, what I need to improve upon, and what I'm doing pretty well, really well, which is everything, because I'm spectacular. Maybe not, but I'm a work in progress. So it just starts your day off with intention. Okay. And when you check in with yourself, do that assessment. And throughout the week, we need to do secondary assessments and tertiary assessments, because life throws stuff at you. Stuff happens. You have bad days at work. You have life stress. You have financial stress, whatever. Stuff's going to happen. All right. Some, enlightened human being tells you you're number one in traffic, just throws your whole mental headspace into a Tasmanian devil episode, as one of my clients likes to call it. So, like I said, no different than we do with our patients. We need to do a primary assessment throughout the day, do a secondary assessment, do a tertiary assessment. If you feel yourself getting off balance, getting into a negative state, getting pissed off, talking bad about somebody, whatever, readjust, okay? Being self-aware and knowing yourself, the inner self, is one of the most enlightening things that you can do, and knowing your faults, all right? And I'm a very introspective person, and I'm constantly, learning just to check in with myself, seeing how my posture is, how my breathing is, if I'm being negative, if I'm talking bad about somebody, and I'm just as human and fallible as anybody. I have days where I get negative. I have days where I get pissed off. I have days where I get envious, jealous, angry. I talk bad about people, and I try to be self-aware of it and course correct. Okay. We're in control, but you have to do the self-assessments and know where you're at, see where your imbalances are, see where your areas of improvement lie, okay? Because we all have areas that we can be improving upon. And I keep going back to the patient thing. This is no different. When you go in on a trauma patient, on a medical patient, you do that primary, boom, survey. And then after we get them loaded up and headed to the hospital, unless you're one of those medics that likes to sit on scene for 45 minutes and write a diary, then you need to choke yourself. But we get them in the truck or the helicopter, whatever, rolling. We're going to do that secondary assessment. That's what we need to do with ourselves. All right. So check in with yourself. See where you are mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. All right. Write down some goals or intentions of where you want to be. Where would you like to improve upon? When you write it down and you put it on paper, these pens give life to your goals and intentions. The massive men lead lives of quiet desperation, as Mr. Thoreau so eloquently put it so many years ago. Write down where you're imbalanced at, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Just make a list. Each day, try to check off one at a time on that list. All right. I do it every day. I wish you could see my little whiteboard up here. I got stuff every day that I need to work on, whether it's being negative, whether it's being angry, whether it's not liking certain people, whatever. But every day, it's progress, not perfection. All right, my friends, reach out, check out 911buddycheck.org, 911buddycheck@gmail.com. Check out my man, The Motivated Medic, at themotivatedmedic@gmail. Check out his website. Check out the podcast. Check out my man, Mike Verkest, at Firedog Pro. The freaking dope intro and outro that you'll hear on this video came from my man at Firedog Pro for all your podcasting needs. And he'll hook you up with some professional type stuff. So if y'all need anything, reach out, hydrate, move your bodies. All right, do some gratitude practice, do some breathing exercises, love on somebody, love on yourself. All right, life's short. We can't be going around grumpy grumpy Eeyores all the time. Get you some bubbly. This blackberry bubbly. It's good. We love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to the Wellness Wednesday with your peeps at 911 Buddy Check Project. Y'all have a good night.